Okay, I'm going to do a short video on battery tenders, why you should use it, and also about the installation of a battery tender onto your motorcycle. Okay, so why do batteries drain faster in cold weather? Well, the answer is the electric current generated by a battery is produced when a connection is made between its positive and negative terminals. When the terminals are connected, a chemical reaction is initiated that generates electrons to supply the current of the battery. Lowering the temperature causes chemical reactions to proceed more slowly. So if a battery is used at low temperatures, then less current is produced than at a higher temperature. As the batteries run down more quickly, they reach the point where they cannot deliver enough current to keep up with the demand. Cold batteries hold their charge longer than room temperature batteries, but cold batteries discharge faster than warm batteries. Hot batteries, on the other hand, don't hold their charge as well as room temperature or cold batteries. What you have to remember here is motorcycle batteries are designed to release a high burst of current measured in amps for starting and then get quickly recharged. They're not designed for deep discharge, and a full discharge can reduce a battery's lifespan. So all that being said, a battery tender will keep the battery fully charged, helping to eliminate the hot and cold issues, thus prolonging the life of the battery. I'm going to show you how to do the battery tender on our Softail Deluxe. The reason being is some of the newer bikes, the touring ones in particular, the wiring harnesses on the Harleys are already included, or the battery tender harnesses are already included. They're actually wired into the wiring harnesses of the bike, so there's really nothing to show. But I can show you on the Softail. So the first thing we do is we're going to remove the seat and get down to the battery. Okay, so we're down to the battery. We already have this on there, so I'm not going to take it all apart. But it's actually pretty simple. All you do is you take the negative lead of the tender and you bolt it to the negative terminal of the battery. And the positive lead should have a fuse on it, and it should be marked with red to the positive side. The important thing here to know, though, is make sure you put accessories to your bike, like lights or battery tender harnesses, on the top, because you want as much connectivity to the battery and surface area touching the battery posts for the electrical system of the motorcycle to be at the bottom. If you take these thin pigtails of the battery harness and you put it underneath it, it'll actually raise the wiring leads for the electrical system of the bike up about maybe a 32nd or a 16th of an inch, which you lose that electrical connectivity to the posts for your bike, which is the most important part. There were actually, when I worked at Harley, we would have the occasional problem where people's bikes wouldn't start, or they would have intermittent electrical issues, and we would often find that they had taken a battery tender or a lighting system and put the lead underneath the leads for the motorcycle electrical system. So just make sure they're on top. Now after you get them on top, you'll take this tail. This is what you're gonna plug into the tender that you're gonna have an outlet on the wall. I'll show you that here in a little bit. And you're just gonna route it out around the bike somewhere. On the case of the Softail, our tender's on that, well, yeah, it's on that side of the bike. So I'm gonna route this out to the side of the bike. On my street lights on this side, but it's routed out to that right side. And then after that, you simply put your seat back on after you tighten that up according to your specifications. So you put your seat back on, and your tail will hang out. Now when you get ready to ride, you can actually take this and just slide it back up under the seat so it doesn't show. And then when you get home and get ready to use it, you can pull it out. Now if you also have another bike, like Hondas, Kawasaki, Suzuki's, whatever motorcycle you have, Sportsters for instance, you'll have to remove the side plate and the battery will slide out to the side instead of taking the seat off, and that's how you'll get to the battery for your tender. All right, so showing you on my bike, now we just moved it. Principle's the same, just got a cover on it. My tail comes out to that side. And then what you'll do is you'll have a brake of some sort. This is a Harley-Davidson one. you can go to Cycle Gear and get the battery tender there. A lot of times they'll have them on sale for winter or early summer to protect your bike for those extreme conditions. Plug it into an outlet. Plug it. Turn my hand around so you can see it. And plug it into the tail. And in my case, I put an on-off switch there because I wired it myself so that I could turn the tender on and off when I wasn't using it. Otherwise, it'll just keep, you're basically using electricity for nothing. And what it'll do is it'll have a light and it'll have indicators telling you the condition of your battery. So like a solid yellow, it says the battery's charging. When it starts flashing green, it says the battery's greater than 80%. And then when it's solid green, the battery's fully charged. Now what the tender will do is when it's fully charged, it'll actually stop sending current to the battery. And then if the battery charge begins to go down, it will begin sending current and it'll keep that battery topped off while it's just sitting in the garage doing nothing. Okay, so that's about it. That's how you install a battery tender, and basically its basic use and some information about batteries themselves and why it's a good idea to keep a tender. So I hope that helps, and please be sure and visit my website at rideitwrenchit.com and subscribe to my channel.